What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That's right. I was feeling like a masochist, so I decided that I want to get every achievement for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. 34 total achievements, but I already have 18 of them. You will be watching my new Game Plus playthrough. I just beat the game about a week before recording this. So I have 16 already at the start. We have 18 left. Most of the bosses will not be popping achievements when they should, because I already have them, and a lot of the main bosses will be dropping coin purses instead of their items. But don't worry, there's still a lot to do, a lot of rage, plenty of bosses still kill me, and I beat the game pretty underpowered, so my new Game Plus was tough. That being said, let's get straight into it. We go ahead and begin this prologue watching a lady walk up to a hole in the earth, which is where we are sat. Who knows what we were thinking about? We go ahead and move on. We wake up in this well. We see that the master needs us. We make our way forward. The game introduces us to climbing, moving, all the simple movement stuff. And we go ahead and meet up with our master. Our goat Kuro during that cutscene gives us back our sword that we used during the war, the Kusabimaru. This introduces the combat aspect of this game. Combat in this game is very satisfying, very challenging in some ways, but whenever you see that red circle like right there, that means I get a death blow. That basically means that it's an insta-kill for regular enemies like these guys with just one red health bar. And for what we'll see later, enemies with multiple health bars, I take one of their dots. That's why I call them dots. We make our way on over to the secret passage, call down Kuro, and we make our way in this open flower field where we meet the goat, Genichiro. Genichiro serves as the prologue boss for this game. Genichi Goat, I think is what I'm going to call him. I let him kill me. You know, I could have took him down easy, but I just wanted to give him the upper chance. He cuts off our left arm. We then wake up with a prosthetic arm, which is very important, and we meet the sculptor. The sculptor is the one who gave us this new arm, and he's also the one who serves as a prosthetic tool upgrade menu. We will need to upgrade every single one of those to be able to get an achievement, which will cause a lot of trouble later. We'll get into why that caused a lot of trouble later. So, moving on, we move forward, fight some basic enemies, deal the posture damage. My ego's feeling great, so I try to take out the city, try to do a death blow, miss, die just instantly. Moving forward, I decide that I wanted to make this playthrough very thorough and explore. I hit this grappling hook and I just die. I just jump off the map. And I can't even begin to say how many times I jumped off the map in this game. We make our way to the first mini-boss after respawning, the Chained Ogre, this first force mini-boss that you have to fight. He grabs me, and I'm thinking in my head, it's not going to kill. Oh yeah, it killed me. Yeah, it wasn't even close. So I respawn, I dodge, I'm like, yeah, okay, I got it now, easy. Unfortunately, he had 2 grabs. You know, I had seen the first one where he had jumped at me or tackled at me, and then there was that one. So, that's fine. We run it back for round 2, just get grabbed. See, the thing is, on my first playthrough, I had to learn the hard way that you can't spam, because the game will listen to what you do. So if I hit RB 6 times, and they go attack on the 6th time I hit it, and I'm mid-animation for the 5th, I will get punished. Anyways, we take the ogre down, we move forward, and now there's this. Luckily, we don't have to fight him. We just gotta stealth our way through the area. going on the walls, and eventually making our way to this tent, or palanquin. You know, I never learned that one. We stab the snake in the eye. It goes absolutely bonkers, dripping blood all over me. We grapple forward, we make our way forward. There's a statue coming up. We rest, and then we make our way into the first main boss fight. Now, I do want to say, Yobu here, the boss we have fight, he made me cry when I first got the game. This was the boss that made me quit the game. You know, I beat him eventually, but I dropped the game immediately after because he left me with that much torment. His attacks, now that I'm looking back, and now that I played it so many times, are very simple. They're very readable. It's almost like an Elden Ring boss once you're used to the timings. And as long as you know how to parry and you can read him a little bit, he really is no problem. So we end up taking him down, no problem. We continue to move forward through up to Ashina Castle, and we are forced into another mini-boss, which in my opinion is actually the worst boss in the entire game. I hate this boss. The Blazing Bull has fire on its horns, which cause a fire status effect. So if you parry, you will still take damage, as you're about to see. See, I took a little bit right there, took a little bit more right there, took a little bit there. This is a great time just to talk about some of the combat basics. Bottom left is my health. I just used a res, which is right above my health, and it gets blacked out. After I use one, meaning I can't use it again. I just died. My posture is the bar at the bottom, so if bosses fill that, then I will not be able to move. And then they probably get free hit. We take down the Blazing Bull, get the death blow, get the heavy coin purse, and we make our way in this side area with these three goobers. You can expect how this went. Yep, they destroyed me. So I decided that I want to go back for revenge, and then they almost immediately killed me again. I mean, I'm talking stun lock to the max. Like, I'm talking Brawlhalla levels of stun lock. So I res and do what I think's best. I just run out the way just to get eel liver and a pellet. Whatever, man. I'll take the pellet. We run this Ashen Elite. He's not that bad. He has 2 attacks. That sweep right there that I'm supposed to jump over, and then a flash strike like that where it's double attacks. But if you parry those, he'll almost instantly kill him. Or his posture will build up and he'll almost instantly die. So it's really not a bad fight. I just am dog water at the game apparently. So I die here. We then go back for round 2, in which I completely destroy him. I make my way back to the sculptor to look at some prosthetic upgrades. As you can see, even though I had an entire playthrough before this, I did jack diddly dick with that. So I go ahead and upgrade just one tool. Go ahead and make our way up to the roof of Ashina Castle, and we run into Genichi Goat again. Now, Genichi Goat, as a fight, is probably one of my favorite boss battles in all of video games, honestly. He is so much fun. He is his sword, which has the combos that you're seeing right now. He also has a bow and arrow on his back, so he usually won't use it unless you unless you let there become space between you two. But this is known as the first wall in this game because it's a skill check. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know how to parry, and if you don't, he will destroy you. So now I haven't played in about a week, so he does end up killing me here, unfortunately. So I make my way back down, and there's a prayer bead that I missed. Now, prayer beads are how we upgrade our vitality and our posture. I ended my first playthrough with 5 of the necklaces. It takes 4 beads to make a necklace. There are 10 total necklaces in the game. So that's why I said I ended my first playthrough very, very underleveled. Underpowered, not underleveled, underpowered. So we go back, we run round 2, and I end up beating Genichiro. Both his health bars are down. We enter a cutscene, and Genichiro decides that he wants to get naked. Genichi Goat then decides to aura farm on us, because we aura farmed when we got up here. And as you can see, his sword just got struck by lightning. That is because he will now have a new attack right here in which he can use lightning. However, we can use reversal on it because we're just insane. Yo, I don't know what we got going. I don't know what train we did, but we're just goated, bro. We're Zeus. So I go in, I get the reversal, and then I try to use firecrackers. That usually stuns bosses, but I'm too late. I get killed. But even though I get killed, it's totally fine. We resurrect, and nothing else really changes in this phase. His attack pattern stays the same. It's just adding on the lightning. And we go ahead and finish Genichi Goat off. Moving in the cutscene, we talk to Emma. Then we see that Genichi Goat is just like us and can't die. Bro jumps off the map. I don't know what he's doing. We get a skill real quick, and now it is time for Dialogue City. So we talk to Kuro first, and Kuro's basically like, yo, bro, I hate this curse. I don't want y'all to res anymore. And he says, go talk to Ishin. We go talk to Ishin, and Ishin goes, bro, I love alcohol. That's basically what he says. And he also says something about the mortality, the mortal blade. Go back to Kuro. Kuro tells us, hey, bro, grab me some ingredients for this incense. So he sends us out and tells us where to go. I then make my way back to the sculptor, buy an upgrade for the Submaru, and then we make it back, then we go back into the pass at Harada Estate, and these enemies are complete pushover. Now, not only are the enemies completely optional and pushovers, but this entire area is completely optional. In my original playthrough, I got the most default ending you can, which is the Severance ending. There are 4 total endings. This playthrough, we will be getting Purification. So, in order to do Purification, we do need to go to the past and do this entire thing. We run into our dad after killing a mini boss, really easy mini boss. We get the Hidden Temple Key, and I see those enemies, and I'm like, dang. We talk to this guy. He basically says, hey, bro, I'll help you out. We run in, fire, I die. Great. Run it back. Talk to the guy. We run in, and this time we actually take down the mini boss, which is a drunkard. Very easy mini boss. It's just he has lost soldier down. Make our way forward, and there was a secret path I never took in my first playthrough. Gives us a parabead, and then I upgrade a bunch of prosthetic tools again at the sculptor. We then go back in the past, use the Hidden Temple Key, and we have to fight Lady Butterfly. Lady Butterfly is... The first time I fought her, she was pretty hard. But I have come to realize that she is probably, in my opinion, one of the easiest bosses in the game. She is very stunnable, as you can see. You can get her into a pattern. And sometimes when you're in that pattern of her deflecting you, like right there, if I would deflect or kick, it would just get her back into it. So you just do that until she's down, kill her, boom, you're done. Until you go into phase 2. Turns out that was an illusion or something. So phase 2 doesn't change that much. Phase 2 is honestly just as easy, only now she has butterflies, golden butterflies that do damage, and they have a nice little sound effect to them. That's really all there is. And then she'll also summon all these ghosts. When these ghosts spawn in, honestly just run away, and then you can hide behind a pillar. I wasn't close enough right here, but if you're completely close enough, she won't attack you for some reason, and the butterflies won't hit you. But if you're like me and you're trash and you don't know that, then you can also just parry the butterflies. We end up parrying everything she does. I panic right there instead of jumping over it, and we finish her off pretty easily. After killing Lady Butterfly, we make our way into the next main area. In this next main area, there's a new enemy, which are monkeys. They'll be holding guns and swords and everything. Moving on, we go into the Sunken Valley, and I make my way up a little side route to get that gourd seed. Then I jump off the map. Gourd seeds are important because I got 9 out of the 10 in my first playthrough. There is an achievement for getting all 10 and giving them to Emma. They improve how many, or they increase how many times you can heal, which is on my healing gourd, bottom right. Going this mini boss, I hate this mini boss. She kills me. I hate this mini boss. Her grab is devious. This right here is her grab. You can deflect it, which I did not know until probably 95 more hours of playtime here. She shoots her rifle like it's an AK-47. I mean, come on, man. I don't understand how she's shooting that fast. She kills me, again. She's shooting it faster than a kid could tackle you if you took their vape. It's unbelievable. So I go in. This is like my 8th attempt. I just cut out some deaths. And I use the Sabimaru, or shoot, the Poison Blade, bro, whatever. I use the Poison Blade, and that, like, stun locks her, and I end up killing her. Now, unfortunately for me, I begin to panic here because I fall down a route, and I just jump off the map. I mean, we're, like, a couple hours in, and I've already jumped off the map probably 3-4 times. Make our way forward. Hate this area. You have, like, 10 gunmen just constantly shooting you. And then you also have that hole in the bridge, which I didn't see. Thank God for the grapple point, or else I would have fallen off the map again. Right here, I get stun locked. Every time I heal, I get hit. Whatever, man. We make our way forward in this little chasm. They can't see me anymore. Make my way forward, get to the idol, rest, and you get into a mini-boss that completely demolished me on the first playthrough. The Centipede Giraffe. This thing's a complete skill check. You literally just parried. He has 2 moves. He has what you just saw and what you just saw. After we kill him, we make our way forward to this bridge, which bro's back. I jump off the map, and I try to swim as fast as I can. Yeah, it's not good enough. So I move back, go back to Ashina Castle, kill that guard, get a gatehouse key. This gatehouse key unlocks the house that we sneak under in Ashina Reservoir, and we open this chest and get Gyobu's Broken Horn. Gyobu's Broken Horn was the last prosthetic tool I needed to pop an achievement. So right now we have 2 achievements on the reserve. I miss a death blow on this mandatory mini-boss, but it's all good because we'll destroy him anyways. So this boss is just super hyper-aggressive, super fast. I couldn't even tell you how many attacks he has, but we end up finishing him pretty fine. Moving on, this lady just tells us, hey bro, you should jump off the cliff. And you know what they say, if your best friend jumps off a cliff for you, my answer is yes. And of course I miss a grapple. I just hit the ground and I die. So then we go to the depths. This boss is back. Only she is 30 times worse in here because this pool is poison, so I can't stand in it. And my sword, my poison sword tool, doesn't do the stun lock. So I sped this up for you. I don't know if she glitched or what. I think this is in 10 times speed right now. She literally just would not come to me. I tried to drag her out right there. She won't move. Usually every time I fought her, which was one other time my playthrough before this, she would come to me. I also played like 5 more playthroughs, but we'll get that later. We will get to that later. So yeah, I end up just cheesing her. And eventually, as you can see how long this took, I didn't even want to do this, but I was running out of gourds and I didn't have a res. I really didn't want to die, but now that I'm looking back, it would probably been better just to fight her. We do all that, and eventually she goes down for good. We move forward into this Mist Village area. There's a monkey with a gun. Of course, I'm going to kill that thing. See another drunkard, only this one's called a glutton, but he still has the same moves as the drunkard. Drunkard absolutely cooks me, or the glutton, whatever, man. A whale either way. He destroys me. Alright, he eats me. We move, so I decided to just run past, go up on top of the house, kill this mini-boss. This is the hardest boss in the game. No, I'm just trolling. This is actually the easiest boss in the game. I don't even think it can attack you. Maybe if I went AFK, it would have a chance. Like, that's one of those where my controller batteries would have to go. We make our way into this Mibu village. I climb across the water and I get some pine resin ember. That's important for later for a crafting component for one of the final prosthetic tools. Go into the next main boss, the Corrupted Monk, and I use 3 snap seeds to do a bunch of damage, but I didn't realize 3 was the limit, so she cooks me for a second. Corrupted Monk is a parry skill check. There's really, you can barely even do damage to her. So as long as you can parry, you're going to be fine. It's one of the longer fights. She destroys me with that attack every time. Even in current playthroughs, after 80 hours, I think I'd get hit by that. I hate that attack. So after she kills me, I decide to go back to Ashina Castle, give them the gourd seed, and that pops. Ultimate healing gourd. There we go. That was a longer pause than I wanted, but whatever. So we fully upgrade our healing gourd. So now we have 10 heals, which is fantastic. Love to see it. We then go back to the Corrupted Monk, and I get her pretty low. Do a Makiri counter right there, and we finish off the Corrupted Monk with these. We then move our way into the cave that just opened in front of us. We grab the Shelter Stone, which is one of the ingredients Kuro wanted, and then we go through a ton of dialogue. Get those 2 items, which are basically just more pieces of giving us more information. Now, for one of the endings, you have to exhaust all that dialogue, come back here where I am, and eavesdrop, which I didn't do in the first game, in which we eavesdrop on them, basically saying, hey, let's do what must be done. After eavesdropping like a little freak, I go up to talk to Emma, in which I tell her, you know what, Emma? Yeah, you right, Kuro shouldn't die. After telling Emma that Kuro shouldn't die, we go ahead and... my bad. We go ahead and make our way back, and we go ahead and add the Loaded Spear, which is from Gyobu's Broken Horn. This pops... all prosthetic tools. Love to see it in our 30 gamer score. After popping that achievement, we go ahead and head back to Sunken Valley Passage where we died from the snake, of course. We head down, and now we can dive. So now he won't be able to see us, now he won't kill us. We make our way forward, we get this little Buddha statue to rest, and then we continue on. Continuing on, we find monkeys with guns, swords, all kinds. This is the monkey hub. So I go ahead, I go around, I finish them off, knock that one down the cliff on accident, W. Continue on, and then I see this. Wow, bro. Use Whirlwind Slash, take them all out, get some booze off of it, and then...
oh, Jesus Christ!
Now, I want to go ahead and say that this was like hour 6, right, or maybe hour 5 of playthrough 2. There were another 75 hours or so, not 75, probably 55 hours to max gamer score this game that I had to do. And this was the most I raged by far. I don't know what it was. This was when I felt the New Game Plus. So the monkey, the guardian ape, the monkey, he's a bunch of attacks, he's a plethora of attacks, but he's so spontaneous with them. So as you saw, he just ripped ass on me, and then he threw his doo-doo at me, bro. Besides the dookie, most of his attacks are just a 4-year-old throwing a tantrum in a Walmart when you tell them that they can't get the Lego set that they want, and you didn't even mean to go by the toy section. So now both their day and your day is ruined. He has 2 different grab attacks, which are the main things that gave me trouble. He has the one that you've already seen where he jumps up in the air and grabs, and then he has the one where it comes from the side. Now luckily, he killed me so much that this will become a grabbing montage. So if you didn't see the grab that I was talking about, you're about to see it a million times, like right there. You know, maybe it was just, I don't know if it was a matter of me being underpowered with the prayer beads, or if it was because it was like 1:30 a.m. and all the gameplay you've seen so far has been in one session, because I have no life, or if this boss is just bull. But what I do know is bullshit is that grab. Matter of fact, I think we should play it back. So let's do that. Let's play that grab back. Alright, let's see here. Yep, okay. Ape does the jump. I weave to the right. Yep. Okay, I jump. What is that? I mean, guys, come on, man. What's that, bro? Like, whatever. Moving on, here's a grab montage for you. Yeah, so by this point, I'm pretty ready to launch my controller across a telephone pole. But finally, after I think an hour by this point, I beat him, right? You know, I beat him. Cut off his head. But the thing is that FromSoft is one of the most torturous companies, and us fans just love that, I guess. So the ape gets back up. So we go into second phase. Now, this second phase is honestly a lot easier than I make it. He has a sword now. Parry it. It's not that bad. That scream can catch you off guard. It gives you a stat effect called Terror. If Terror fills up, you die. There's no wins, ifs. You could be at full HP. Terror, you die. So besides that, it's a couple sword attacks. You dodge it. Thing is that with 5 pair necklaces, New Game Plus, he was doing so much posture damage to me that I was genuinely scared to walk up to him. His damage wasn't that crazy, but his posture damage was that bad. So, yeah, and then he also has the sweep attack, which isn't bad at all. You just run away and jump. We get to this point where he starts throwing a tantrum as if he's alive again, and I die. I think I almost started to cry at this point. You know, I literally wanted to die. So we run it back. I wish I would have recorded my audio during this, because every death, every grab specifically from this point on was a controller about to get launched. I bring out the prosthetic tool of the flamethrower because I think maybe that'll help me, and it does. It stuns him for a minute and adds a burn effect. The burn effect gives you, not only does it do a little bit of damage to him, but it also breaks his posture faster. The ape gets back up. You'll notice my sword's glowing purple. That's Divine Confetti. So not only do we gain aura and die this phase, but not only do we gain aura from the purple sword, but we also get a damage buff. Run it back. I get grabbed. Run it back. After a grueling, I'm guessing 2 hours and 30 deaths that you guys don't even get to see, I get the Guardian's Ape's health down to that little last slither in the top left. And at this point, my heart rate's probably like 185. By this point, I had unlocked a new strategy because I had died so many times of just run away, right? Like I would not attack him unless he did this attack right here, in which I would jump it and swing, which is almost guaranteed free damage. And I thought I was going to fumble here, honestly, but he does it again, and we actually get the win. Thank God. Now, through my buddy that's currently playing Long May the Shadows Reflect, or whatever it's called, the mod name, I learned about an art parry that I didn't know about, which is underwater over at Mibu Village. So I go back, I grab that, head back to Ashina Castle, and move on towards the abandoned dungeon. Once getting to the abandoned dungeon, move forward, kill a couple really weak enemies, hit an elevator switch, and we head up. This will take us to Senpu Temple. Senpu Temple has a new enemy, which are these monks. These monks are also very easy to kill. About 3 hits and their posture's broken, and you can kill them. The ones with staffs are a little bit stronger, as you'll see, but overall these enemies are completely a pushover too. We move forward. I admire the view. I got smacked while I was admiring the view. God forbid I enjoy the game's beauty. Make our way onto cliffs. Kill this little midget guy. And I am on to parkour, which I just can't do, man. Can't do it. Back when I played Mario Bros. When I was a little kid, like I couldn't get past first world, dude. Anything with platforming, I just can't do it. So we fall off the map, hit this grapple, and we fall off the map again. Fantastic. Luckily, on the third attempt, we actually make it, and then we make our way up into this little bridge area. This bridge area holds a mini-boss, a forced mini-boss, known as the Armored Warrior. Armored Warrior is a simple boss. The only thing is you can't do damage to him. So you can only hurt his posture there at the top, and you can parry his attacks. His attack pattern's pretty simple. And once you finish his posture, once you break his posture, all you have to do is you have to knock him off the map. So you go up to one of those little screen walls that he's breaking, and we kick him off just like this. Make our way forward. We dive down in this little pond. I get a prayer bead that I never got my first playthrough. We make our way over, and then we grab this chapter of the Infested. This is extremely important for the purification ending. We rest, get rid of the enemies to aggro, and then we go to grab our next prayer necklace with the 4 beads we have. So we get our 7th prayer necklace, leaving 3 more to go, 12 beads left. We then ring this bell, which for some reason, somehow, teleports us. We get an awesome shot, by the way. That shot is fantastic. We get teleported to this realm, which is, I don't know if it's like a realm in between or what, but we get our favorite primates. Those are the bosses right there. Now this boss fight is super easy. I immediately turn around and start swinging. That's because the invisible monkey's behind me. That's the 4th screen. Each screen, each monkey is a different color, and each monkey has a different gimmick. I could not tell you the gimmick because my strategy all 6 times, 7 times I had to do this was to just chase them and hope that I get lucky. So that's what I do. So I chase down the red one, I kill him, and then after running around for a little while, I run up here and I get extremely lucky getting both green and purple in one spot. And purple, for some reason, doesn't get alerted me, which is probably a part of its gimmick. I don't remember what the gimmick is. But we kill all 4 monkeys, and that's the boss. We then make our way to the Divine Child. We talk to her because she's the one who has the Mortal Blade. And we say, hey, bro, I need that, okay? Like, I need that Mortal Blade. So we tell her that. We die unsheathing the Mortal Blade, because that was the one thing about it. That's what it said in the curse, that you will die if you unsheath the Mortal Blade. Our dragon blood lets us come back to life, and then Sekiro goes one-on-one with Piccolo on aura farming, and we get one of the best shots of Sekiro in this game. This unlocks us Mortal Draw. I was a Mortal Draw abuser in my first playthrough. I no longer am. We head back over to Sunken Valley Passage because I realized that I never grabbed the ingredient for the incense at this area. The Lotus Flower. Once we grab the Lotus Flower, Ashina Temple, or Ashina Castle, all the fast travels get locked, so you have to make your way back to the abandoned dungeon. From the abandoned dungeon, we go ahead and make our way over to the castle. We see a new enemy, these red guys. They're still honestly not that bad. They're dual-wielding swords, and we learn that they're shinobi and that they're completely invading the castle. Make our way forward. I try to fight this guy, but he whistles for dogs, and as soon as he whistles for dogs, I realize, dang, hell no, I ain't no match for him. So I move on. I get to the dojo. I breathe. I got some money. I go over back to the temple, and I upgrade some prosthetic tools, what I can. Go back to Ashina Castle. There's a mini boss in here, so what I end up doing is I come over here to the left, make sure that I have the puppeteer ninjutsu, which lets enemies become my ally, and I force it on that enemy, so now it's a 2-on-1. I let that dude do his thing until eventually he just croaks. Bro had a heart attack on me. He didn't even get hit by the sword or anything. Dude had a heart attack. So then I fight this guy. This guy's just another hyper-aggressive enemy, but he also has that poison attack, which isn't bad. You can just run away from it and then get free hits on him. Besides that, if you know how to dodge and you Makiri counter that, you'll work your way through him. He's not that bad at all. So finishing him, we decide to go back up to where Genichi Goat was. We get one of the best shots of the game, and then we are fighting our dad, the great Shinobi Owl. This fight gave me a lot of trouble the first couple times. He fights different, which is definitely the purpose intended. But he's a really fun fight. He plays very scared almost. That little smoke bomb that he does is a healing prevention, and then he kills me. And then this is what happens if you thrust him. Pause. Thrust at him. If you thrust at him, then he'll insta-kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Eventually, we get him a second phase. Nothing really changes in second phase besides he starts throwing out that poison. He also has a smoke bomb that he'll use now. He is a shinobi. That's why he fights so different, which is honestly awesome. And this is the first boss fight I personally think in the game where the AI is actually tracking what you're doing. So, like, for example, if he hit me right now and then I went to go heal, he would probably run at me and kill me. It's the first battle where you actually have to think about fully, like, what you're doing. But second phase, first phase, they're honestly not that bad once you get used to him. He also has those firecrackers, but I got stuck on the railing. Continue this pattern, and we honestly end up taking him out with not too much trouble. This will not be the last time we see him, though. He will be returning, and both fights are fantastic, in my opinion. I love them both. I like the other one more, I think, but we'll get to that when we get there. He drops the aromatic branch, which came from the Everblossom. We talked to him about it. We're like, yo, Emma, check it out. Check out my branch, girl. Right? And then Emma's like, oh, man, that's crazy. Check out this note that I just found. So she gives us this note. This is part of the purification ending, so you wouldn't get this if you were just playing normal. And she basically says, man, this is where I know where to start, but I don't really know what to do, so I'm going to go visit some graves. So you have to track her down. You come down here, and she's going to be sitting here at the graves, and all we have to do is exhaust more of her dialogue. After exhausting more of her dialogue, we head back to Ashina outskirts. We go around the building, and we eavesdrop on her and the sculptor like a little freak, like a little weirdo that we are. They basically are talking about if this is the only way, in which we confront Emma, and Emma then says, yeah, I don't know what to do. Everything's leading dead ends. We ask her what she's hiding, and she gives us Father Bell's charm, which came off of the owl, the guy that we just killed, our father. This lets us go back in the past, in which I'm confronted with this mini-boss. I didn't even need to cut this first attempt. I let him whistle. He calls out 3 dogs. Let's just watch for a second what happens to me on this first attempt. Okay. 1 death. You know, it's all good. I got a res. Like, ain't no worries. I got this. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Good stuff, man. So then we go back, and I realize that the trick to this boss is literally just don't ever let him call the wolves. So you don't heal, he doesn't heal, don't let him breathe. He drops a prayer bead, which is fantastic, one of the prayer beads I need. And then we move forward. We go back to the area where we fought that drunkard, and there are now more enemies again, and the drunkard's back. I try eavesdrop, but this guy from behind is just destroying me. He alerts the other 2, in which it's just basically over. I'm not going to lie. I already know it. Yep, there it is. Yep, that's what I was waiting for. I knew it was over. So then I come back, and I try a new strat of trying to go in the building, and I try to kill all... Same strat as the first time we couldn't pass. Kill all the enemies, and then kill him. Yeah, no. Nope. I mean, I'm going to be honest. This area sucked to come back to, bro. This was terrible for me to come back to. So my third strategy was go up on the roof and kill the guys that keep coming up from behind me. Pause. And then I'll go back and deal with these guys. So I tried to use a sugar to make myself more stealthy. It didn't work. And our final strategy that ends up working after I die right here is that I separate these 2, because all the other enemies are just fodder. So I separate these 2 and I fight this one first. And this enemy one-on-one is not bad at all. honestly. He's just a repeat of that main boss from earlier. After killing him, we move on to Drunkard, Juzo, and it's the same fight as last time. It's not bad at all, and we kill him. He also drops a prayer bead, even though he technically counts as a new main boss, which is great. We make our way back to Lady Butterfly spot, and it is now our father, again. So, the father fights the same. I do the parry, and he Makiri counters me again because I'm just apparently I have a brain. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't even have the excuse of it's been a while because this was the same session. So, but he fights overall the same. The difference is now when he does his kickoff, he doesn't have shurikens this first phase, and also that you're in a different arena. Besides that, though, this fight is almost identical to the fight that we just covered. He also does move a little bit more sporadically, and even though this fight's exactly the same, basically, I still just suck at the game, so... And even though I'm dog water, we move on, we go back for round 2, and I end up beating his first phase. Now, although his first phase was no different than his boss fight on the roof, this second phase is completely different. He summons his spirit animal, the owl, whatever, bro, holy cornball, and now he can teleport. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it is. It's really not that bad. Just as soon as he does, move away. That attack, though, that Phoenix attack, is the big key to winning the second phase, in my opinion. He will shoot that Phoenix. Hopefully you're far away. You can jump over it, and then he'll always do a thrust at you, in which you can Makiri... Pause. You can Makiri counter it. Right here, I don't know jump it yet. I get hit by it, and yeah, it's basically over. It's basically wraps for me. Yeah, no. Run it back. Get to phase 2 again. I think this is on my 5th attempt, and I actually realized what you're supposed to do. I do that Makiri counter just like I'm supposed to. And now we just do a lot of rinse and repeat of how the owl fights. The more you chase him down, honestly, the easier time you're going to have. You can also do what I did, where you can run behind him during those firecrackers, which is a great way to get free damage. He's just such a long fight because he always counters what you're doing. So it's just a posture game, honestly. I felt really cool doing that, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. Like, jump off the wall like that to avoid the Phoenix and the Makiri counter. Anyways, he traps me against... Wow. He traps me up against a pillar. We go ahead and go in for our final attack, and we finish him off. I don't want to say with ease, because he wasn't easy. And finishing him off will give us... Father Surpassed. Rare achievement. I never did that in my first playthrough because I wasn't going for this ending. On top of the rare achievement and the memory that he gives us for a nice little attack boost, he gives us the aromatic flower, which we need for the purification ending. Now I decided to go ahead and do a little bit of cleanup. This is a prayer bead that I missed that I could have gotten a long time ago, and I decided to go fight a boss I never fought in my first playthrough. That low-key had me very intimidated. You can see me back up. Like, that actually messed me up a little bit. This is a Guardian Ape, Phase 2. So, the first phase, reason why I didn't film the first health bar is because it's the same Guardian Ape, Headless Ape that we know. Now, as you can see, he calls in another one. So you're basically fighting Phase 1 and 2 at the same time. This fight is fairly easy. As long as you don't get stuck up against a wall like this. The camera is your enemy in this fight. Like right there, I can't see anything. I can't see what the other one's doing. So it's very easy to get pinched. It feels like I'm playing Prime Fortnite again with my best friend. Like just getting pinched in back shots and tilted, bro. It's terrible. So I die, of course. But the fight is manageable. You just gotta take it slow and one at a time. This time when I fight them, I decide that the best strategy is probably for me to just kill this one. This ape that has its head is very, very weak. Like, you do a lot of damage no matter what level or what attack you are, what attack power you have, you will do a lot of damage. And once it's just this headless ape, it's super simple. As long as you know its moveset from the boss fight before, from the guardian ape from before, you'll be completely fine. It's light work. So we go ahead and do what we did before, and we make light work of the guardian ape. Killing this boss, this duo boss, not only will give us another memory, but it also gives us 2 prayer beads, which is fantastic. And on top of that, now you have to have the mortal blade because you can come back here as soon as you kill the guardian ape. But if you have the mortal blade, you can finish it off right here, and this will go ahead and pop another achievement for us. He also, this was a twofer, he also gives you this Bestow Ninjutsu. I just held the Xbox button right at the right time, but this gave us that achievement, and then it also gave us the All Ninjutsu Techniques Learned achievement. Going over to the Buddhists, I decided to make our next prayer necklace, our 8th one, leaving 2 more, meaning 8 prayer beads left. After making the 8th prayer necklace, we go ahead and head back to the village. And this is Orin. You could see that I could talk to her, but you end up fighting her either way. She goes invincible most of the time whenever she's flying away, like right there. I couldn't attack her. And your main goal is just parry her, honestly. Her attack pattern's pretty basic. She only has like 3 or 4 attacks in her arsenal. She has that one. She has a slash like that. She's a pretty simple boss, honestly. As soon as you get used to her 4 attacks, you'll be fine. And then she also has a grab if she breaks your posture. A couple parrying, couple attacks here and there. We go ahead and finish Orin off with the death blow, in which she gives us a prayer bead. And also Breath of Life. This is a fantastic little ability because we get more health whenever we perform a death blow. Going on to more cleanup, I make my way into this little secret cave, get another prayer bead that I never got in my first playthrough. And then I come over back to the Guardian's Ape watering hole, make my way all the way over to this side cave, and instead of a prayer bead or anything like that, we're going for one of the quest items for the other ending that we're not doing this playthrough, Purification. I want to go ahead and explain that at this point, I learned that you could get both ending items, and I was going to save scum and just get both endings. I'll explain more on that later when we get to the end of this playthrough. But yeah, you can see the snakes just staring at me, man. And I drop down, I jump over, and I see this little monkey, and I use Puppeteer Ninjutsu on him, and that will distract the snake for us so that we can go ahead and grapple up and grab the quest item. We grab this. This is the Dried Serpent Viscera. This is the first time we need of 2 that relate to the serpent. We're going to grab the other one here in a bit. We're going to come over back to Mount Senpu, or Senpu Temple. And we're going to use Puppeteer Ninjutsu on this guy so that he'll fly the kite for us. Once he flies a kite, we make our way forward, and now that the kite's over here, we can actually grapple to it, make our way forward even further, and through this cave down, and you actually realize that we're back at Sunken Valley Passage. Now here in the passage, you're going to come on this little ledge, and Sekiro decides that he wants to do the cleanest death blow and jump on the snake's head and finish it off. Aura shot right there. Killing him gives us a fresh serpent viscera and also the achievement Great Serpent. We make our way back to the Divine Child, in which we talk to her, and basically what I have to do now is I just have to get a bunch of rice until it triggers a certain scene. So this right now that I'm doing all this viscera and the rice and talking to her, this is for the Dragon's Return ending, which will be playthrough number 3 actually. There are 4 endings total. There's Severance, Purification, Dragon's Return, and Shura. Shura is basically the bad ending. We already passed that one. That was the last thing that I did. And then Dragon's Return just requires that we get Frozen Tears, which I'm working on right now. And then Purification requires that Aromatic Branch that we already have. Each ending has a different achievement, of course. So that's why we have to get all the endings. As you can see, she was now just asleep. That's one of the cues that we were waiting for. And so now we're going to go rest and wait until, instead of being asleep, she is sick. Once you see her hunched over like this, she's now sick. Go ahead and walk over to her, talk to her, in which, once we talk to her and exhaust her dialogue, she'll basically end up asking for a persimmon. So we go to the only merchant in the game that sells them. We buy 2 persimmons. We come back. We give her a persimmon. She eats it up. She loves that. She gives us rice for Kuro. Perfect. Just what we look for. We go over to Kuro. We give him the rice. As soon as we give him the rice, we rest, come back. He gives us sweet rice balls. You can get extra dialogue if you eat them from him. I did eat them from him because I'm a good guy. Go back to the Divine Child. Tell her what happened. Can you believe that this changes the ending? You would never think that rice balls would change the ending. Anyways, go back to the child, talk to her about it, and then you give her the Holy Chapter Infested. After giving her Holy Chapter Infested, rest, come back to where you killed the monkeys, and they're going to, or you're going to find her. She's going to talk. She's going to say, hey, I want to learn more about this. Go find the High Priest. We find the High Priest dead. Find a Holy Chapter on him, the chapter she's looking for. Go back to her. Give her the Holy Chapter, the Dragon's Return Holy Chapter. And then after we give her that Holy Chapter, we go outside, we rest. The door will close. We eavesdrop like a freak. After eavesdropping, we rest again. I had to go back to Kuro, light the incense, because those doors won't open if you don't light the incense. Then come back here, go up to her, talk to her again, find out that she's now like blind, and then she'll drop you the Frozen Tears. And then we move on to our next main boss after all that side stuff. This is Corrupted Monk, just like the same Corrupted Monk from before, but now it has 3 health bars and is in a spirit. It is almost the exact same fight. And since the fight's pretty identical, I almost have nothing to say on it. I personally don't love it. We kill her first phase, get the second health bar. Now you can cheese the second health bar if you come up on this branch. She's going to summon a bunch of shadows, or at least that's her goal. And you can just death blow her from the top. Pause. So then we move into our third phase. Third phase is basically identical to the first phase, only now the centipede has come out of her.
Brother,
And now I personally think she acts a bit more aggressive. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm crazy. But on top of that, now she'll have a new attack, which is right there. That builds up terror. It's basically she's just throwing up all over you. Once you get used to all that, it's really not a bad fight. Finish her off with these. and we're going to pull that centipede out of her. Moving on from the monk, we make it in Fountainhead Palace. We meet these enemies right here, which have a new stat effect called Enfeebled. Basically, if that fills up, they'll make you really old. Come off to the side, and we find this bull. I never fought this thing. I never even found it in my first playthrough. I jump, air, death blow it, because my buddy said that you could one-shot from the top. Unfortunately, he was lying. Then we end up just using firecrackers. It runs in the wall, and then death blow it. It's honestly easier than Blazing Bull. Finishing that off gives us a prayer bead, which now we have 4, so we can make our next necklace. And a beast karma, which is not a bad ability, gives us more spirit emblems, which is what we use for our ninjutsus. We come down here and we fight this Shichiman warrior, who's also very, very easy. He's a joke boss. Finish him off, and he's going to give us a lapis lazuli. Moving on, we take out another headless underneath the water. Honestly, I wouldn't even fought this one, but I'd already killed so many before. So I wanted Spirit Fault, and then on top of that, past this headless, is the chest down there, which we're going to go grab because that chest has another prayer bead in it. After we grab this prayer bead, we decide to go on a little side quest, and we go ring this bell so that we can feed the big back carp in this lake. So we feed it some bait, and this bait kills it. Now somehow it goes from this temple all the way where the ape was, and because we killed it, we get an achievement. After killing that big back carp, we come to this area and we say a prayer for this lady that's just hunched up against a rock. Now, whether my hands were laced with something white and I didn't know it, or we're in the prayer world, we end up in a new realm fighting the old dragons of the tree. This fight is very, very easy. These guys don't really attack you, so just attack them until eventually a tree root will come up, you grapple on the tree, jump down, death blow one, and it kills them all. Then the divine dragon comes out, he summons trees, you go to each tree, whichever one has lightning, you go that one, and you reversal it to him. I feel like if I said all this like on the streets with no video context, then I would look absolutely insane. Anyways, go to the next tree. After we get his posture down, we go ahead and hit him with another lightning reversal after he opens his mouth. Shoot it right in his mouth. Pause. We go ahead and do this death blow, cutting open the area right underneath his eye, giving us Divine Dragon Tears. Okay. So now that we're at the end of the game, we talk to Emma. She gives us secret passage key, which allows us to go to the final boss. But before we do that, there's some cleanup I need to do. So first we're going to go ahead and make it our 9th prayer necklace. We are currently missing 2 or 3 prayer beads. So this is a mini boss I never fought. It's that same mini boss from earlier. He actually has no new attacks. He just does more damage. The one with that clean slash, that right there. At this point, I've gotten better at the game. Not good enough to dodge that sweep apparently, but I've gotten better at parrying that, so. After second fighting, I just go ahead and run away from him. I just use my ninjutsu and then parry a couple more, and the elite goes down, giving us our next prayer bead. Then we go ahead and move forward back to the Ashina outskirts. This area now holds another drunkard, only reskinned. He now drinks fire, so now he has fire breath, and at one point he'll coat his blade in fire, but besides that, he's the exact same moveset, same parries, just another reskin. So go ahead and fight him, and he'll drop another prayer bead that we need. There we go. He drops that prayer bead. That was our second last prayer bead, and we come through and we find the Demon of Hatred. This fight, some people say it's hardest fight in the game. I was lucky enough that I had just beaten Elden Ring before this game, and I think that actually helped me a lot. The first time you come in here, he'll be fighting all these enemies that you're seeing on the screen right now. I'm just observing his attacks because I think that's the best way to do it. He is... There's not much to parry, I feel like. So this is mostly like an Elden Ring like dodge boss. It almost is like a miniature fire giant, really. Like, to me, that's what it is. So he has that sweep attack. You just jump over that. And I tried to keep distance between us. He has fireballs. He is a hard boss. I think this took me about an hour, 30 minutes to an hour to figure out all of his stuff. He has 3 health bars, which is a lot. 3 different phases. Each phase is different. But honestly, just stay close and you're going to be fine. Naturally, I don't come anywhere near beating him on my first attempt. Or my second attempt. Or my third attempt. Luckily, we finally get past this first phase and we introduce second phase. The second phase had me completely baffled at first. Like, I had no idea. It was the first time probably in this game where I genuinely had no idea how to dodge an attack. And it's this first attack that he's about to do. I had no idea how to dodge it. I tried running away from it. I tried run jumping. I tried jumping it. I felt like there was no way. He also adds this fireball attack, but this fireball attack is free damage. We love to see that. You just run in a circle and you can hurt him. I also just want to point out, I hate that every time that you slap him, bro, that his little belly, I think that's his belly, jiggles. Oh, nah. Anyways, we die in that second phase. Come back, we go into second phase again, and this time I decide to equip the umbrella prosthetic tool. So the umbrella allows you to guard from attacks from all directions. I'd never used it before this, but the goal is to use it right here. And it does end up working. It helps a lot with this fight. So that's how I end up making it through this second phase. Here it says jump slam attack. Super easy, just run away and then jump grapple and you get free damage too. There's the umbrella coming out. So the umbrella was generally clutch. Yep, there's the umbrella again. Actually, I don't think I did umbrella that. I think I actually did. Never mind. So we get second phase done, and I have no idea what to expect. This boss is completely blind. Like, I've never seen anyone... I didn't even know this boss was in the game. I think that's just a sweep. I think I'm safe here. I was wrong. I got burned, and then he jumps out. Now, I know that there is a cheese for this boss, and I don't do it just because, well, I'm not going to do the cheese on the first time I fight him. Like, I want to beat him legit, and then I'll cheese him if I come back, but I decided to do him legit, so. But if you cheesed him, each their own, man. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a little cheese. This death was probably the most mad I've ever been playing this game, because I still had to revive and everything. So for him to knock me off the map and that kills me, I felt that. My controller was about to get demolished right there. I was so mad. Anyways, we come back and we make quick, clean work of him. gives us a nice little memory right there for attack power. And he's also going to drop 2 lapis lazuli, so we'll be up to 3. Now, lapis lazuli is a crafting material. You need 10 total to upgrade every prosthetic tool in the game. In my first playthrough, I got 0. This playthrough, I got 3. And there's only 6 available in the playthrough. So if you do 3 plus 6, that's 9. Meaning, even if I set up a new game, doesn't matter. Kill that mini boss, get a 4th prayer bead, and we go ahead and we get our 10th and final prayer necklace, leading to our next achievement. We make our way back to the secret passage, and we go ahead and head through the door, and we head up. Heading up, we go back to the flower field, just like we remember. And Genichi Goat is here to welcome us. We get another great shot. We're just always aura farming these cutscenes. I love it. Trying to get Piccolo's attention here. Genichi Goat has only that as a new move. Everything else stays the same. I'm still getting used to it. So the first playthrough that I did, this fight took me 3.5 hours to beat. I got the point where I could do Genichiro and the first phase of the next phase completely hitless. That's how bad it was. That was bad. So after finishing Genichiro, we're fighting Ishin through matters that I'm not going to explain, but very cool. Ishin, this first phase isn't bad at all. My main playstyle on this first is to honestly go far away. So like run around, like I do a lot of this, where I just run around and I come back up to him and hit him. Because I am terrified of this dude. And as you can see, I played a little too aggressive right there and got punished for it. So if you play far away, he's not. This first phase is light. For some reason, maybe I was just rusty, but I was playing that absolutely horrible. I don't know what I was doing. Like, I was playing like trash. Remember when I said that the Demon of Hatred made me mad? That was worse. That generally was worse. That almost made me get off. I had just gotten back on. That almost made me get off. We get first phase Ishin down to his max posture. We go ahead and hit a death blow, and now we head in the second phase. Immediately run away because now instead of just using a sword, now he's gonna talk about his blood boiling, and he's gonna get a spear, a sword, and a Glock for no reason. He's gonna have the 9 on us. First phase Ishin is very stunnable. This phase, he almost never gets stunned at what you do. So this phase is very scary, and you can see how much reach he has, so I die right there. We then come back for, what, round like 3, round 4 or something. Get back into it, and he just has a lot of, he's almost, it feels like my brain's on autopilot while I'm fighting him. Because like, I swear I don't know what I'm doing while I'm fighting him, but my body's just reacting. Or maybe I'm just spamming LB. I honestly can't really tell you anymore. Just that death right there. Like, you can really tell. Just one mistake and you're done. Like, there's just no returning from a mistake during this fight. But I would go as far to say I think this is one of the best fights we've ever had. And I think it's probably the best final boss in any Souls game that we have. This is such a fun fight. We go ahead and we dwindle down Ishin's posture slowly but surely, getting all the way to the end. And once we do that, we go ahead and hit him with the death blow. Set him in third phase. Once in third phase, it's the exact same as second phase, only now he has a wind/move and a lightning attack. So there's the wind slash, and then here's the lightning. But honestly, I would think, I personally think this third phase is easier because of the lightning reversal. That does so much posture damage to him that second phase is probably the hardest, because second phase is just pure deflect. Once we do that, we take Ishin down. Now let's go ahead and talk about this. I wanted to save scum. I wanted to get both these endings in one playthrough. For some reason, though, when I came over to Kuro and I gave him the Dragon Tears and the Everblossom for the Purification ending, you'll notice that after I click it, it immediately saves in the top right. So that save destroys it. But you know what? At least we pop our achievement. And on top of that, even though it destroyed it, I didn't know about Lapis needing to be I didn't know about the 10 Lapis part, and you can only get 6 in one playthrough. So no matter what, I actually had to do 2 more playthroughs. So it is what it is. I'm not going to show all this is the footage of me coming back to the area after I save scum, with Kuro not being there anymore and me realizing I have to do another playthrough. But it is what it is. But I did have to do 6 playthroughs total. 6 playthroughs. I was done by the end. Now, I'm also not going to lie. I have proof. Here's me starting playthrough 3. Your boy did not record any of playthrough 3, and I missed the ending. Yeah, I know. That's my bad. But look, I got a screenshot. I'll show you the achievement. That's the only achievement you missed, okay? So we're going straight to playthrough 4. Okay, I got the achievement for getting the return ending, and you didn't miss anything else. Everything else came from playthrough 4 and on, okay? So we'll just go straight there. Damn near, there's almost nothing to see in playthrough 4 either. I use playthrough 4 and 5 as level up and Lapis grinding. So this right here, actually I used playthrough 5 as sure ending, but playthrough 4, like right here, I'm just upgrading one of the axes to the max. That's also probably the best upgrade in the game, but that gives us achievement number 26 for using Lapis Lazuli. So we have a couple more upgrades still get, but yeah, I think this is the only achievement I get for all of playthrough 4. Alright, so this is still playthrough 4. I do remember now. What you're about to see, I'm only going to show one round of it because I did it for about an hour and a half, but what you're about to see is that I went to this area and I killed these red guards, and because they have a really rare chance of dropping fulminated mercury, which is one of the items that we need to fully upgrade all of our tools, and I just went through this over and over just to get some mercury. I think it took me like 50 minutes of grinding. So yeah, this was the playthrough of just getting crafting materials and upgrading my prosthetics. This was a abysmal grind, honestly. This was pretty bad. Then finally the time came. We had gotten all the mercury we needed. I had all the lapis I needed. I got some in playthrough 3 that we didn't get to see, and then I got some more here in this playthrough, just repeating the same thing I did. and then I went back to the sculptor, and we got our final upgrade, leading to one of the grindier achievements in this game. Now, like I said, I don't do anything special for this playthrough. I use this as an upgrade playthrough. So I just go back and I go through all the bosses and I fight Ishin again right here. He only takes me about 1 or 2 attempts and end up finishing him, and I just get the regular ending. Oh, guys, and look at that. Start playthrough number 5. Yes! Yes, bro! Yes! So, going in playthrough 5, the main goal is just kill enemies to get XP, because we still need to get every skill in the game, and to get the sure ending. To get the sure ending, you must obey your father here. Usually, you say, I can't do it, and then you fight him. This time, we're going to say, alright, bro, I obey the Iron Code. I hate Kuro, bro. Like, I'm ready. So because we decide to obey the owl, we now have to fight Emma. And this, man, this kills me, bro. Because the whole game, I was like, man, Emma, I could never betray Emma. Oh, I gotta betray Emma, the gentle blade, bro. She fights like a worse version of Ishin in the sense that she is weaker, which is definitely how it's supposed to be designed. She has a couple moves that really throw me off, but overall, she's really not that bad. She's like if Oren and Ishin had a baby. That's honestly how I would describe it. I make a lot of silly, stupid mistakes. And at the time, I didn't realize, man, that Diet Pepsi's good. At the time, I didn't realize that she was going to be just like the normal ending, like a first boss, and then Ishin, like more. So I used 4 gourds on her. Yeah, I wish I would no hit her, because we get straight into Ishin after her, as you can see. Ishin's first phase, completely the same. You don't even need to see the gameplay. You've seen it before. It's completely the same. This second phase, though, I would go as far to say that I think this second phase is harder than his normal fight. That Millennia attack right there, I don't even know how I parried it, like, honestly. And then he has another attack, which is a flame that I still, looking back, don't know how to avoid it. But besides that, his moves stay the same. I dodge into the fire like an idiot. I honestly thought I was dead there, but the game was nice and gave me a bunch of iframes. We end up coming really close here. I'm out of gourds. I go ahead and I use a Jesus statue here to get my revive back. And it didn't really matter that I did, because I end up winning here anyways. I think I do, I do my Jiu-Jitsu, Ninjutsu, blah, blah. I do that. We finish him off. Fantastic fight. Very, very fun. I really enjoyed this fight, and this entire ending is phenomenal. And destroying Ishin here pops 3 achievements for us. We get defeating Ishin, defeating all bosses, and obtaining the sure ending, which is huge. That leaves us with 2 more achievements, one being the platinum achievement and one being get all skills. So this will take us into playthrough 6. Now, to be honest with you guys, I have almost nothing to say about playthrough 6. I could have, in playthrough 4, grinded those enemies that I was doing the Mercury for, but I did not want to do that shit, bro. Not in the slightest. So I said, you know what? Let me just get all my last levels by just going through the main game again and killing all the bosses. So I recorded it all, but I'm not going to show it because I've already shown all the bosses and everything. There's no point, is what I'm saying. So, 6 playthroughs to get here. XP cap. Here you go. This is this final achievement.
just what I've been waiting for.
Let me tell y'all, that feeling of seeing all achievements unlocked, seeing that achievement pop was one of the most dopamine, energetic, most... Oh my gosh, that was fantastic. Overall, this game is phenomenal. I completely understand how it won Game of the Year. I don't regret maximum scoring in it. I don't regret getting all achievements at all. It was so much fun. Even though I didn't know that I was going to have to do 6 playthroughs, but nonetheless, it was so much fun. And I appreciate you guys for watching. And yeah, peace out.